South Africa's manufacturing sector has shown early signs of recovery at the start of the year. The Absa Purchasing Managers Index rose sharply in January, climbing more than 8 points to 48.7. While the index remains below the 50-point mark that signals expansion, business activity moved back into growth territory, and this suggests that production may be picking up in the first quarter. New sales orders also rebounded thanks to domestic demand, while expectations for business conditions over the next 6 months remained well above last year's average, despite continued caution in the market. Shoprite has reported solid growth during the retailer's half year. That's as sales from continuing operations rose 7.2% during the period to nearly 137 billion rand. The firm says lower internal price inflation helped support volumes, while its core South African supermarket business remained resilient. Growth was also driven by strong performances at Checkers and its 60/60 online platform. Looking ahead, Shoprite expects interim headline earnings per share to rise between 5 and 10%. The company will open its books on the 3rd of March. Pepkor's posted a solid first quarter performance. The Pep and Ackermans owner has delivered a near 13% rise in revenue from continuing operations. That was supported by steady demand across its retail portfolio and the impact of acquisitions like Legit, Swagger and Style. When those acquisitions are excluded, revenue growth came in at 8.3%. Like-for-like sales, meanwhile, increased 3%, with the group outperforming the wider retail market. Looking ahead, Pepkor says it remains cautiously optimistic despite subdued sales growth, ongoing consumer pressure and an intensely competitive retail environment. Orion Minerals has been selected for the 2026 BHP Explore Accelerator program. The initiative is aimed at supporting early-stage mineral exploration. The company says its South African exploration projects will receive a combined $500,000 in equity-free funding, along with access to BHP's global technical expertise and industry networks. The program will support geological work across Orion's Northern Cape exploration portfolio. Orion's flagship Priska copper-zinc mine is not included as it is already at an advanced development stage. DRD Gold inked a wage deal at its Ergo operations. The miner says a 5-year agreement has been signed by the NUM, which is the majority union in the bargaining unit. Now, that deal guarantees, amongst others, wage increases of 6 to 7.5%, a performance-based incentive of 2%, and improvements to the living out allowance and the interest-free housing support scheme. And Ozo has become the latest payments provider in South Africa to accept cryptocurrency payments, signaling growing mainstream adoption of blockchain technology. Through a partnership with local crypto payments firm Money Badger, online shoppers will now be able to pay directly from their crypto wallets with settlement in Rand. Ozo says the new option requires no additional integration for merchants and could offer lower processing costs than traditional card payments.